Hey everybody, how's it going? Back for some Monifactory. Uh, so when we last left our Monifactory, we kind of just left things running. And I did check, and it seemed to be running okay. When I checked on Friday, I've been away this weekend, down in London, so I haven't checked at all. So I've no idea if this is up and running. Diamonds are good. 23,000 diamonds. We are out of ender pearls because you are full of blazers, you're full of sulfur, you're full of blitz motes. So let's grab you and put one of those in there. And you there. And we're gonna set. Nope. Okay, so you have a void upgrade in you. And you are running through all those ender pearls. Good. Right, so you will crush your way through all that. Perfect. So where were we here? Let's throw that away. So into the microverse, we've pretty much done. We're in this mid-game bit. Where are we here? Nitric acid, biodiesel, allyl chloride, tier 2 microminer, EV power storage. Oh, yeah, this is what I was doing. So one thing I did do was get all the dusts. So basal's powder, blid's powder, blizz powder. Because I need to go this way. And a craftable nether star. So I set these all up so that I could craft a nether star. Do you need to, like... Do you need all the bits? Or is it the... Yeah, so we've got that. Blizz powder. I guess you need all the dusts. Pyrotheum. Aerotheum. Cryotheum. Petrothium. Blaze powder, blizz powder. Hydrofluoric acid. Is that what we need to get you? Hydrofluoric acid. Craft a bucket of that. There we go. So you get us that, which gets us this. Gets us all of these. So now we can get primal mana dust. So that's diamond dust, and it gets 4 of those. Primal mana dust. So that should be relatively easy to craft. Oh yeah, while we're here, let's go and have a look over here. So these are all full of power. These are all full of steam. You're full of steam. You should be completely full of water. This... You have a crafting card in you, but I'm gonna take that out. Because you basically aren't running enough. I need a better fuel that we can craft much more on demand. So, primal mana fuel. A bucket of primal mana. So, an extractor. Sure. There's a bucket of primal mana. And then mithril. Mixing titanium and mana dust creates mithril dust, which can be smelted into ingots in an electric blast furnace. Mithril is the basis of thermal expansion. Device casings used for many augments. Okay, mithril. Hot mithril ingot, mithril dust, mixer. Titanium dust. Titanium dust. Titanium dust. Just macerating titanium. You are the mixer. Okay, so you're gonna craft up that. And then you go into the EBF. And then you go into the freezer. How long do you take? 39 seconds? Not terrible. Right, and what's going on here? You've got oil in you. So why are you not running? You need maintenance. Okay, easy. Boom. Oh, I haven't finished automating the cracker yet either. Right, there we go. There's a mithril. Thermal machine frames, sequential fabricator. Sequential fabricator is an alternative to the NDIO crafter and the extended crafting auto crafter. It's the most intuitive of the three, and it can handle bucket crafting using fluids. The aquatic entangler is an alternate for the Gregtech fisher, producing fish. Okay. Okay. PTFE, or Teflon, is a polymer made from carbon and fluorine. Polymer is most importantly used to make large chemical reactors, also required for IV and LUV machine holes. Substituted in some cases for higher yields. Okay. Let's think about that later. We're gonna automate the cracker. So you're an input hatch, you're an input bus, and you're an output hatch. So output is easy. How is this doing? The other thing I've done, swap you over to jungle logs, just to make more. I wasn't finding I'm needing the sticky resin. Right, import bus, pattern provider, cable. I need a backpack. Let's grab log. And a tank upgrade. Oh, perfect. Right, pattern provider goes there. Tank goes, backpack goes there. Importer goes there. Do you have power? I don't even know if you've got power. Did I give you power? No, you haven't got power yet. So I need item conduit and fluid conduit. Fluid conduit and item conduit. Insert. Item, always extract. Insert. There. Just in case. You're an expert. Export. Right, you gonna need a HV on a U. Bucket can go away as well. Right, you're nearly done. Just crafting up these last two. And then you can't store the contents, which is interesting, which means I need another fluid cell. Let's just put you into there. Okay. Fine. Maybe we can get a 16k. Grab a 4. Let's get a 4k going. 16k. How much more difficult are you? Yeah, you're actually pretty easy. You are missing oxygen? Interesting. Oxygen. We can get oxygen by distilling liquid air. Liquid air we can get by freezing that. So oxygen, liquid air. Uh, 16k. You need to be. Let's make you a super tank. Right, and you are going to push up. And you are partitioned to be air. Now 16k. So you're going to make a ton of nitrogen, you're going to make a ton of oxygen, you're also going to make carbon dioxide, argon, and helium, and you may make crushed ice. Okay, you take a bit of time to craft. Why have you got creosote in you? Oh, I guess you're gonna fire off when these are all empty. We could get a load of acceleration cards. Right. Have I got housings? Let's just craft one of these up. So we've got one. Do 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 do. I guess you are all full. No, you've got plenty of room. Stupid. I'm gonna move. Eventually, we'll move that. Acceleration bus. Let's get an acceleration card there. Oh, we can probably leave you. Right, cracker. We also want a node. Energy card. Okay, cool. Can you link to there? Yes. Nice. Gonna need a bit more. Oh, you are full of sodium hydroxide. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Fix that later. You have plenty of chlorine. Stack. Yeah, you're gonna make a ton of hydrogen there. Yeah, so you're just crafting all that oxygen up because we don't have enough of it here. We haven't got a backlog for some reason. Oh, this is fine. It's because we're not using the nitrogen enough. Right, okay, so PTFE. That's one thing we're trying to do. And the cracker. Right, cracked. Severely steam cracked heavy. Right, produces hydrocracked heavy fuel. That light fuel, heavy fuel, refinery gas, titanium tetrachloride. Produces titanium tetrachloride, produces. I guess you're in a separate chemical reactor. Hydrochloric acid, sodium potassium, hydrofluoric acid, white dye. So I guess the only thing I made was the hydrocracked heavy fuel. Let's create the different cracked heavy fuel, cracked heavy fuel. So lightly cracked heavy fuel. If we distill you, we get 6 things. But if we distill you, we get the same things. Propane 100 mil, propane 300 mil. Yeah, I think it only makes sense to have the severely cracked. Oh god, you need a 3? But you need a 2? Oh, that's annoying. That's going to be annoying. Is the steam cracked stuff better? I think I mostly care about the steam cracked stuff. Lightly steam cracked heavy fuel, lightly steam cracked light fuel, severely steam cracked. Yeah. Severely steam cracked heavy fuels, severely steam cracked light fuels, severely steam cracked naphtha. Yep. And severely steam cracked gas. And the Cracker needs some maintenance, so we grab one of these. Heavy fuel. Sulfuric gas, light sulfuric gas, sulfuric heavy fuel, oil. And then what can we do with the steam cracked heavy fuel? Ethylene. We can't store it. 16k. And then a fluid cell housing. Stupid. Let's go and grab a crafting card for up here. Let's teach you how to make item cell frame housings. Oh, you already had a... You already had a card in you. Let's throw you in there, and then that and that. That one, and then you. You are now empty, so bump, bump. Let's grab a crafting terminal up here. Like, put you there. You're making a 16k. You go in there. Oh, hello. Why did you lose power? Why? What? Why have you not got diamonds in you? You should be filling up with diamonds. There, connecting all the way to there, all the way through there, all the way through there. On the down, insert in the down. On the up, extract. Is it that you are taking your sweet time? I don't know why you had two of those in you, but whatever. Maybe it's that these aren't keeping up at the minute because these are all... That's fine. You have a void upgrade in you. What about overclockers? Extract 15, and then on the down, extract. Let's just grab like stack of you. These are all running low. You extract. Okay, you're back online. These are gonna slowly start getting power again. Nope, nope, nope. Do. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Okay, you... That was weird. It was weird. Okay, you're crafting up. I guess you're using a load of nitrogen there. And you're all going. Right, okay. Large steam turbine we still sort of need. Polytetrafluoroethylene. That's what we're gonna aim for. Polytetra this thing. Because how can we get better yields? Mega storage needs that. IV machine holes need it, presumably. Ingots. Well, right, how do we make this? Oxygen and tetrafluoroethylene. Or air and tetrafluoroethylene. Okay. Okay, so that's easy. Chemical reactor set to 1. Chemical reactor so tetrafluoroethylene is chloroform and hydrofluoric acid. And you're going to go in that chemical reactor. Tetrafluoroethylene. Right, chloroform. Hang on, let's go poly. Right, so we need chloroform, which is chlorine and methane. Chlorine and methane on a chemical reactor set to 1. Chemical reactor set to 1. Wait, why can you not be... Yeah, you can grab that. You can craft oxygen. So PTFE seems like it's actually pretty easy. Yeah, that's actually pretty. That actually is pretty easy. It's just oxygen and tetrafluoroethylene. Tetrafluoroethylene is chloroform and hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid is fluorine, hydrogen. And we're ending up with hydrofluoric acid from making titanium. Chloroform is just methane and chlorine. Methane we're getting from... We can get from cracked fuel. If we run out. It's just you. Is it the fact that you're trying to empty? No? You've got plenty of power. I think it's just that this takes forever. Let's grab one acceleration card. Hey, word notify. How's it going? Good evening. We've been doing a couple of things. ME crafting terminal. What are we missing for that? Crafting terminal. Oh, logs. I bet planks. Jungle. Yeah, the crafting is going well. We also played a little game called Oasis Colony. Yeah, Oasis Colony Mission before this. Oasis Mission Colony Sim. There we go. Which was interesting. But we sort of went through an hour and a half of that and then went, yeah, you know what? I think we're all right. I think we've had enough of that. Right, a large chemical reactor, gasoline, high octane gasoline, gene gasoline, nano CPU chips can give me the third and final tier of tier 3 circuits. I think this is what we want. Is it something I'd recommend? Probably not, to be honest. It doesn't quite know what it wants to be, I think. I got stuck because I couldn't make things and I needed things to make things, and it just got stuck in that. It was very easy to just get stuck in a downward spiral and not be able to get out easily. Right. Nano CPU wafer. You've been playing Eden Crafters. Eden Crafters. Let's have a look at Eden Crafters. Solo co-op open world game challenges to turn a hostile planet into a hospital haven for humanity. Temper the climate, create a breathable atmosphere, and turn toxic lakes into water. Interesting. Kind of like Planet Crafter and stuff like that. I've been looking at Dawn Apart. I just saw the Kickstarter for that the other day, so I thought I'll drop onto the Dawn Apart Kickstarter. So nano CPU chips. You need to have a chemical reactor, but it needs to be EV. So I've only got HV power. So we're gonna need a couple of things. EV power, and I'm not sure. Not sure I'm up to it. You maximum production 6,000. Maybe I need the steam turbine going. Oh, you are still making these things. I'm going to turn you off so you're not constantly going, but actually you're not doing terribly. You're not actually doing terribly. Let's get the steam turbine up. Let's actually try and get that steam turbine going. Large steam turbine. Advanced steam turbine. Advanced steam turbine. It's this thing I need. And you need to know how to make large steel fluid pipes. Extruder. Okay, you are making that. Large steel fluid pipes. Let's make 2 of these. Bit of hydrogen crafting there. HV universal. Yeah, these nano wafers. I can make the nano CPU chip because I can get a HV cutter in the clean room. It's just these guys. You need EV. Could do it in a large chemical. I could make a large chemical reactor actually. How big is a large chemical? 3x3. Actually, that might be the way. That might be the way around it. Large chemical bath. Large poly. Okay. Large chemical reactor needs a stainless steel rotor. Extruder, or are you fluid? You're fluid solidifier. Okay, fluid solidifier. Poly. These guys, a large pipe. So you are in an extruder. And then you in there, I think. Fluid solidifier, rotor, plate. Fluid solidifier, ingot. I could do blocks. Fluid solidifier, block. Yeah. Fluid solidifier, small gear. And then we can just uncraft you like that. Perfect. Don't actually want you now. I'll let you go off and do your thing. And while that goes, I'm going to take a brief break. I'll be back shortly. Alright, we're back. Okay, what else do you need? You need a maintenance hatch, HV hatch, output input, buses, cupronickel coils, PTFE pipe casing, and PTFE machine casing. Okay. PTFE pipe casing. Right, cutter. Normal polytetraethylene pipes. extruder. Pop, pop, pop. And the frame. These and the rods. Lathe. And then you. So we should be able to craft 2 of you. And then you are PTE, chemically inert, casings. Are you 6? Are you 6? You are 6. Cool. How many of these do we need? 18 chemically inert. Okay, and then we need hatches, buses. So I'm going to try and... Right, let's get HV hatch. Bus. HV machine hull. Need 4 of these, I think. And a maintenance hatch. And a coil. Let's just go with nichrome. And let's go. Just send you through there. Just get all that canthal back. So you're crafting up all of those. You're crafting the energy hatches for us. A nichrome coil block. Some nichrome wire. You're currently crafting all the nichrome up. How comes after nichrome? So we're here, chemical reactor. A large chemical reactor is a multi-block chemical reactor with more input-output slots. The LCR can perform some exclusive reactions which allow you to combine normal chemical reactor steps into a single step, such as tetrafluoroethylene, nitrogen dioxide, sulfuric acid, epichlorohydrin for epoxy. Is this normal or is this hard? Hideyoshi, Monifactory is this normal. It's the normal Monifactory. I thought you were meaning is the difficulty. Yeah, we're just doing the normal Monifactory rather than the hard mode version of it. Unless you are meaning the difficulty, in which case it's on peaceful. Let's just throw those in there. We're getting through. Did we... Oh, you are stuttering a little bit. Right, let's grab... Set you to like 10. There we go. What are you full of? Coal tar? Are you currently trying to slowly empty of something? Yeah. What about you? Throw that into there. So PTE pipe casings. It's one of the energy hatches. That's that. And there's the last machine hole. Right. So let's grab 2 chests. Input bus, output bus, and then glass. There's the 2 hatches. I can't remember why I wanted those, but you know, we did for something. Maybe it was just the crafting of that. LPIC chips. You're just taking ages to craft that lubricant. I guess because you are producing like 35 buckets of nitrogen, then that's why that takes so long. It does take 100 seconds as well. There's the nichrome block. You're crafting that LPIC chip. Coke dust still takes forever. Oh, there we go. Why are you crafting coke dust? Wait, have I... filled up here. See if we can't empty these out. You're nicely filling at least. If I can get this one empty, I can switch to another 16k fluid. Yes. Cool. So you stored everything. Casing. Is that everything we need for the large chemical reactor? Yes. Oh, HV. The question is, can you take... That's the output bus, that's the input bus, that's the input hatch, that's the output hatch. There's the energy hatch. An IV and the pack... Oh, you're at IV and the pack just abruptly stopped being fun. 8 HV extractors doesn't yield enough cetane for 6. Yeah, I think it wants you... I think it must want you to get into nuclear. You're probably just a little bit ahead of where I am, I think, by the sounds of it. But if if the pack stopped being fun, then that's okay. So you are pipes. Pipe. Yeah, solar is just bad. Like, I looked at solar and went, yeah, this is pretty awful. There is no way that solar is really viable in the pack. Which is a shame. Input hatch, output hatch, input bus, output bus. Coil? Did I put my coil in? Yes, I put the coil in. You are invalid. Because you need a maintenance hatch. At the minute I have a ton of thorium, but I'm not actually using it, so it does come from the microminer stuff. At least. But I haven't tried to get it going properly fully yet. It is on the list of things that will eventually need to be done. Where's my wrench? Aha! So, you can get crafted, in which case, let's go down here. I need more of this. Whoops. But at the minute, in terms of power, I'm largely still just using diamonds. And just feeding diamonds into numismatics. And that seems to be where the power generation is, but then they want you to use, gas turbines, steam turbines. Yeah, numismatic takes you up to about here, which I guess is at your LUV sort of a thing. Yeah, and if you're on hard, then I don't know. No DML. Is that the diamond? Alright, grab you. I mean, it could also be, take a break from it. If it's just not getting fun. Have a bit of a break. Force peaceful, no mob drops except in microverse. Yeah, I mean we're in peaceful here as well, so all the stuff is through H&N. Through hostile neural networks, so right, large chemical reactor. I need to automate you. How is best? Because I can't break into the creek. I don't want to break into the floor of the clean room. Maybe on the top? Maybe on the top. Let's go grab a pattern provider. So I can put a pattern there. I can run some cable across to there. Let's grab an interface crafting thing that break you and put you there. Crafting thing in there. That there. Crafting interface there. Right. I'm gonna need a backpack. Let's just grab a backpack. And a tank upgrade. Oh, let's grab one of you. Fine, we'll just leave you in there. Right, crafting terminal. I suppose we're going to craft one up. Right, input bus. It's an importer, isn't it? Input bus, 2 of those. And then conduit, we want item conduit. And ender fluid conduit. Let's set you to like 10 of each. There we go, and you will be insert, extract, always active. Insert. Extract, always active. And then bump, bump. And then here, go there. Okay, good. So now can we make nano chips? Nano chip. Nano chip, nano CPU wafer, large chemical reactor. We're gonna need these raw carbon fibers. Carbon dust, liquid polytetrafluoride, ethylene in an autoclave. Have I even got an autoclave? Yeah, I've got an autoclave. Interesting. Okay, you are gonna make that. I don't know how to make liquid glowstone. That in presumably an extractor. No CPU wafer. Start. And then we're going to not get a qubit one. We're going to cut you in the clean room cutter. Clean room cutter. So you're making a load of, presumably it's the oxygen. Kind of tempted to, if I set you to VoD. Oh. Interesting. I End of fluid conduit. I want to insert on brown, but I also want to extract from that. I want to extract on brown. Always active. Let's leave you going. So you're going to fill up with oxygen and nitrogen. There we go, and then you get used up. Nice, the nano CPU wafer is there. So then we can go nano CPU chip. So you are being cut up there. I don't know why it cares about the liquid air. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Gotta go IV on one laser engraver. Probably am gonna have to. Trying to avoid trying to avoid it as much as possible. But we got these wafers. Got these CPU chips. Oh, I need to get carbon fiber. Let's grab some carbon fiber. There we go, that was easy. Okay, that's you, and that's you. Now, does that mean I can craft you? You need to be an EV circuit assembler to craft. Yeah, so I am going to have to start going into EV now. I'm going to have to go EV. How easy is it? Let's have a look at an EV circuit assembler. Circuit assembler. IV circuits, which I think I can craft. I need an EV emitter. Yeah, that's mostly doable. Let's just grab that. EV conveyor, okay. EV conveyor module. Silicon rubber, strand rubber sheet. Oh, could I have done this better? I can do this better in an assembler. Where's the one that's got all the conveyors? Oh, it's you. Oh, you don't actually care what number you are, so you can just go in there. Alright, EV. Yeah, I mean you get railroaded. That's just one of the perils of this sort of thing, I think. One of the perils of progression packs. It's very what's the word? There's one or two ways to do things. And probably I imagine that hard mode is even worse for that. Like, yeah, I presume you miss certain things. Why can't I type? So there's a UV recipe. Why can't I type 8 IV hatches on the multi-block and waste my power on it? Yeah, I mean, some of them. It's not entirely clear. Some of the multi-blocks support multiple, multiple power hatches and things like that. Sometimes. Right. Hang on. Where are we? Where are we going with this? EV circuit assembler. It's a circuit assembler. Now, dripstone lava. Dripstone lava, I have yet to figure out how on earth to get 42221 42221. Yeah, only the cauldron, and I haven't figured out how to pull lava out of the cauldron. Like, create is the only thing I know that can pull lava from a cauldron. Yeah, the Minecraft cauldron is not a proper fluid handler. It is not a proper fluid handler. It is a bizarre thing. I need a chemical bath for this. Do I have radon? Do I have radon? You can craft radon by electrolyzing radon salt by distilling ender air in IV or chemical reactor plutonium, uranium, air. IV? Ugh. Electrolyzing radon salt. Radon salt comes from the tier 2. Yeah, and it's because the cauldron isn't a tank like everything else. I've tried conduits, I've tried pipes. Dyer's thing doesn't work. You can't use a dispenser with a bucket. You know, that would be one way of doing it. I don't think you can use a dispenser with a bucket. Hang on. Let me grab a dispenser. Right, dispenser. Let's grab a bucket. And a button of some description or a lever. I want you to be facing that way. There. No, what that does is that just throws the bucket into the lava cauldron. Yeah, I think I remember doing that now. I think I remember why it didn't work. What else could do this long distance fluid pipeline? Yeah, there's nothing that can do a right click or be a player. Like the player charge, that's a charger. That's player head, player token. What you used for? Clear glass, fuse quartz, dark clear glass. Nothing useful. Fake click. What is it that gives me a... What's the mod that gives you redstone clock? It's just redstone clock. You're a pulse divider? Right click a cauldron. Fuel efficiency, furnace settings, drill. Task screen, glass bottle. Stocking, hatch. No, not that. Yeah, I don't know what else could potentially pull out of a cauldron. Like the world. What are you? What are you? Oh no, you're just facades. Because like I don't think an import bus isn't gonna work. Storage bus isn't gonna work. And at least with composters, you can fill a composter, and it will pop out of it will pop out the bone meal, so you could use a vacuum chest or something with that. There's no like cauldron upgrade for because this was the other thing I looked at was whether the pump upgrade could do it, and the pump upgrade can't do it. And neither does the advanced pump upgrade. That doesn't work either. So I tried a lot of different things. And it doesn't work. It's just one of those annoying things. So I ended up just going magma blocks. So I'm obviously getting magma blocks from Blaze Predictions. So yeah, I get my lava through magma blocks. Anyway, right. EV electric pistons. That's what I'm after next. EV electric piston. Okay, you're fine. Small titanium gear. Small titanium gear. I want to say extruder. Nope, it's not. It's through the fluid solidifier. And then liquid titanium. You need to melt titanium ingot. There we go. Extractor. Okay, quantum eye. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Chemical bath. Jeez. Chemical bath? Chemical bath? Let's craft a chemical bath up then. I need to figure out how to get radon in a good way. Which means getting probably getting a tier 2 microminer. Tier 2. Hang on. Micro miner. Titanium plated. You need advanced crafting, which is, of course, always a pain. Was there a thing that said, like, oh, you can do the sequential fabricator? Let's check the sequential fabricator. Sequential fabricator is an alternative to the Ender IO crafter and the extended crafting auto crafting table. It's the most intuitive of the three and can handle bucket crafting using fluids. Can it? I thought this could only do a 3x3. I assume this could only do a 3x3. Mithril gear is in that one. You're going to take a bit of time to do crafting up the titanium. You've got 4 in for... Still going to take its time. How much carbon dioxide do I have? I have like a boatload of this stuff. So I could electrolyze all this. If I were to electrolyze you, that wouldn't be terrible. That'd get me a lot of oxygen. Right, hang on. Carbon. Push you. Push you. Okay, chemical bath is done. Let's have a look at this sequential fabricator. Yeah, it's a 3x3. Yeah, insert the items into the grid to set a crafting recipe. Simply press and confirm and walk away. So I'm not entirely sure how it's the extended crafting. There's an alternative to the Ender IO crafter and the extended crafting auto crafting table. Bizarre. Oh, can we make Chris? Now that we're here, can we make more components? Crystalline components? Crystalline ingots? Need delete crafting. Okay, and HSSG plate. Needs liquid HSSG. No, not yet. So I think what we need to do with these guys, let's take this all the way over here to my rocketry area. Frame. I do need a frame. Let's grab another frame. Interface. Have I got a spare interface? And a crafting card. Interface. There. Right, so first things first, we're going to need the basic guidance system. And then double titanium plate. Double titanium plate. How much of that do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need a stainless steel crate. Stainless steel crate. How many of those do we need? 1. And then basic mining laser. Basic mining laser. I need 2 of those. Then we need LV field generators. LV field generators. And we need how many of those? 2 of those. Then we need Electrum Micro Miner Engine Core. Electrum Micro Miner Engine Core. Okay. Advanced Combustion Generator. Okay. Advanced Combustion Generator. And then 3 electrical steel thrusters. Electrical steel thrusters. Alright, stainless steel crate. Stainless steel crate. You want to be the number 1 assembler. I think is you. Yes. So you should be crafting up a stainless steel crate. At some point. Unless there's a reason why you don't know how to do long steel rods, okay? Extruder, long rod. Stainless steel crate, cool. Right, advanced combustion generator. Let's do that one next. Advanced. This one. Aluminium gear. Aluminium gear. You are in the extruder. So that is being crafted now. These are all done. you don't know how to make redstone blocks? How did I never teach you how to make redstone blocks? In theory, I should stick all that redstone in a compacting drawer. That would make life easier. Right, this thing now. You're in the canner. You. I don't have a canner. Canner? Right, well, let's get a canner. I want to try and get this launched before I finish. You're a storage bus. Let's grab an export bus. It just needs liquid rubber. So many of these recipes can be made so much better if I can get the other rubber going. Right, export bus. Sure, that. Carbon dioxide. I don't think I've got a use for it. Yeah, I don't really have a use for it anywhere in here. Not making ethylene with glycerol. So I'm just gonna turn it all into. And what can I do with carbon monoxide? Again, I can electrolyze it. Let's just throw you away in there, throw that in there. Combustion engine is going. That's pretty good that produces like 2.5 buckets of CO2 anyway. We turn that CO2 into oxygen as well. And we're using the nitrogen to craft up the aluminium anyway. Are you not... Hang on, are you not able to... How much nitrogen have I got here? Yeah, no, I can see the nitrogen. I don't know why it's crafting it. Right, okay, let's... Okay, we're just going to break this rule now. We got this far. Without doing it, so... Yeah, electro micro miner frame. Electrum microminer energy core. Engine core. Yeah, you are making one. And then you make another one. So now I throw you in with 2 quantum flux. And I go like this, and I... You need 12. Buckets. Wait, why have you... No, you've all got power, but you are ripping through that power. Because you're all going... You're firing off... You need EV. You need 600,000 EU, 1,000 EU per tick. Why aren't you... Why aren't you going? Is it just because these are all... No, these are all running. Running at full whack. I mean, the Signalum is probably the next thing. Trying to get the Signalum components going. Maybe that'll help. You are connected. You are inserting your vibrant. Let's just make sure you're on a priority. And turn you off again. Because now we've got all this stuff to deal with. And we've got the radar. Which is good, because that means then we can carry on with this thing. But that'll do it for now. I'll be back tomorrow with 9 o'clock. We'll be doing more Craftoria. So keep an eye out for that. And otherwise, I will catch you later. Thank you for watching.